Today I'm celebrating Starbucks reminding us what a shitty company they are. And I'm going to celebrate it by telling you all a super gross story from when I used to work there. But before I do that, let me just remind you of how they reminded us that they are a shitty company once again. People are going into Starbucks to order Charlie Kirk's drink. One woman went in, ordered the drink, and wanted the name Charlie Kirk put on it. The barista refused, saying that they're not allowed to do any sort of political commentary.
What was the name for the order? You need a name.
The name is Charlie Kirk.
We can't do political names, but it didn't even ask for a name to begin with, so it's gonna be $3.75, okay?
Oh, but can you write the name on the cup?
The sticker won't print.
Oh, you can't write on it?
I could, but I can write Charlie
Why can't you write the whole name?
because it's political.
That woman's video went viral. Starbucks told Fox News that they don't have any such policy. And while that's technically true, in their policy, they say you cannot write anything that is pop culture related on cups. Charlie Kirk is pop culture. So the barista was right. She couldn't write Charlie Kirk on the cup. And it would be understandable for people who are working there to stay out of the political fray, no matter what side they're on. That's actually protecting Starbucks' brand. But Starbucks doubled down, and they have now informed all of their stores that whatever name a customer wants to use is okay. So Starbucks is a shady company that is not protecting their employees. And that brings me to my story. So I worked at Starbucks a long time ago, back when I was in college. They were not yet global, and I was actually working at one of their first stores in Minneapolis. And they were just rolling out this new drink called the Frappuccino. There was a regular Frappuccino and a mocha Frappuccino. Now, we had clear instructions on how to deal with everything in that store, how to store everything properly. We did not have instructions on how to store the mocha. So we had it in this like metal container that had a lid and then a pump. And then at the end of the night, we would just leave it on the counter. And when in the morning, when we opened, it would just be there. We would get a couple of orders a day, and a week goes by, and we start getting calls that people are getting sick after drinking Frappuccinos, specifically the mocha ones. And we're like, that's weird. So we went over to the container that held the mocha, and me and my manager lifted up the lid, and thousands and thousands of fruit flies flew out. They had gotten into the container, they had been mating, there were like a bunch of larvae inside it. I almost threw up because we had been pumping that into the Frappuccino drink and then blending up all that larva and live fruit flies, and then they would drink it. So I guess technically we had a third flavor, which was mocha and fruit fly larva. Like I said, this was a long time ago, but I have not had a Frappuccino since, and neither has my best friend who I met at that Starbucks. And just so you know, Starbucks' response, it took like a couple of days to a week for them to be like, hey, we need to be storing the mocha properly, and this is how. So that meant that other stores who didn't know how to store the mocha properly because we were never given instructions on it, they were likely serving larva mocha Frappuccinos.